Hi, my name is Jared Mello, and in this video of the Mello Mentoring series, I'm going to try to answer the question, how do you build self-confidence? How do you build a winning routine? It is the number one question I hear from my clients. They suffer from low self-esteem, low confidence, and their attitude's not right, and they're looking for ways to change it. And in this video, I'm going to describe a few different ways that I've been able to change my own mindset, because I empathize with this problem very much. For the majority of my life, I had very little confidence, I had very little self-esteem, and it showed up in almost all of my actions. And it's something that I don't wish upon anyone, but at least there's things we can do about it. We can be proactive and work in our circle of influence to change it. The first thing I recommend to do is to listen to some positive self-talk. There are many episodes on YouTube. Tim Tiago does one that's about 15 minutes, and I try to listen to it a couple times a day, or other versions of it, and I bombard myself with this positive imaging, with this positive messages. And I do this because all the things in our environment, they affect us. All the information we receive from books and from videos and from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all the things that we listen to and see has an impact on our brain. Our brains are like sponges, and they absorb the information they receive. And if our environments are giving it negative energy, chances are we're going to start to be negative too. But thankfully, the same applies too for positivity, where if we supply our brains with positive information and positive attitudes, chances are our brains will start to do the same. It's the same principle of you make about the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Same principle applies here to positive self-talk in order to change our attitudes. The second thing I recommend doing is asking ourselves empowering questions instead of disempowering questions. Empowering questions are things like, why am I so confident? Why am I so organized? Why am I so powerful? Why do things always work out for me? These are the opposites of what most of us ask ourselves on a consistent basis. Most of us ask ourselves disempowering questions. And the thing about asking ourselves a question is our brains are almost forced to try to answer it. When we ask ourselves a disempowering question, we begin to come up with all the reasons why things aren't working, why we're not worthy. But when we ask ourselves empowering questions such as the why am I so confident, why do things always work out, our brains begin to answer the question. And what I'd like to do with this is I try to write down my biggest problem areas and put its reciprocal in an empowering question. I enjoy doing this because it really helps me to work on my problem areas. Another thing I like to do is, as I'm reading self-improvement books, I like to try to write down some of the passages that really stand out to me, especially the ones that give me that kind of aha moment that we can get when we're reading certain things. And I record myself saying those things. When I do this, it makes it very hard for me to forget the things that I've read in the books, because I don't know about you, but I tend to forget a lot of the things I read unless I'm consistently reinforcing it. The last step I have done to really make a difference in my view of myself and my confidence level is I did the 8 Weeks to Seal Fit program by Mark Divine. In this program, it's a series of workouts, but more importantly, it taught me the unbeatable mind mindset. In the unbeatable mind, Mark Divine says that the majority of the SEAL Fit workouts and SEAL Fit training, Navy SEAL training, is mental. This was a revolutionary concept to me, and he said no matter what, you just don't give up. Your brain does not give up, and it's a decision to not give up. This really resonated with me, and when I do all these workouts, which are really, really hard, I just don't give up no matter what, and I complete it. And it's a decision to not give up. In summary here, the several different ways I suggest to be able to build your self-confidence are: 1. Listen to positive self-talk on a regular basis. They say Our brains are the most absorbent during the first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes of each day. 2, make a habit of asking ourselves empowering questions instead of disempowering questions. And then 3, make a decision to just never give up. Jimmy V, he said as much in his famous speech in 1993 at the ESPY Awards, "Don't give up, don't ever give up." That was a really profound speech to me that can change my life. Well, that's all I have here today on building self-confidence and building a winning mindset. Stay tuned, please, for my next video, which will be about prosperity mentalities versus poverty mentalities. And if you have any comments or questions, you can comment in the spaces below and follow my YouTube channel, Mellow Mentoring. Thank you. Until next time.